Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos. We're walking into 803 Simpson, number 2. Whoops. There we go. Get a little focus. So you walk into the front door. That door goes to the bathroom. We're looking at the living room, which is extended by a sunroom to the right. We have a closet here and the bedroom to our left. I'll come back to the bedroom, but I do want to show you the closet. So there's the entry closet. It's probably 3+ feet across, but it's deeper than most entry closets. Let's see, you can see kind of there. It's probably about 30 inches deep. So it's a pretty big entry closet. The light here was on, so I'll turn that off. So now we don't have the lights on. So you're getting the natural light as we walk into the living room. We've got a very nice sized living room. And then the sunroom is very bright. I'm not going to play around with that blind because they have their instruments leaning against it. Beautiful hardwood floors. These windows are newer and they're facing south. And I will show you more of the living room. But first we'll go into the bathroom. This door will close automatically. That hinge up there will cause it to close automatically. But it's a nice, oh, they've got a little thing here. It's much nicer than most baths. It's been remodeled, it's been updated. So you see you have a nice sink with a little bit of storage, a tank toilet, ceramic tiles, which are nice. You have both a light fixture up on top, and then you have lights over the medicine cabinet and mirror. The shower has been remodeled too. The shower head, is about 6'4" in the air. So unless you're very tall, that will work out nicely. Water pressure in this building is terrific. We'll just turn on the hot. Underneath, you can use the storage. And you can see it's nice and dry. Everything's draining nicely. The medicine cabinet has 3 shelves, and again you have lights right above and an outlet to the right, hanging bar to the right as well, and again there is the tank toilet, so it's a modern toilet. It's also much bigger than most baths. Now the shower area itself, obviously it's an occupied apartment, so if you look closely you can see it needs a little bit of cleaning and grouting in the between tiles, which we will do. The windows, like I say, are newer, so it's very easy to open them up and air it out. And as a result, you don't have any of the mildew that you sometimes get. However, the tub is a little bit stained. Now, because it's occupied and we have stuff all around, I'm just going to show you the water pressure by turning on the hot water. And you can see the water pressure is huge. And that it drains well, although it does need to be cleaned, and we will happily do that. So again, you can see the tiles are newer, a little bit harder because it's so bright in here, but the tiles are newer. Everything is newer about the bath, and it really is actually a very pretty bathroom, especially for baths near campus. So there's a more complete picture for you. Close this down. Go back to the living room, which is not quite as bright. The bathroom's very bright, but you can see this is just a naturally light room. Nice big space too. The sunroom is a very pretty room. Again, the windows are new-ish. They're probably like 6 years old. So here we're facing east, here we're facing south onto Simpson. That street is Sherman, Simpson here, and there we have a little bit of west exposure. I'm going to step out a little bit. Very hard for you to see the sizes since you're not here, but this is probably 10 or 11 feet across by about just under 8 feet wide. And then the whole living room, if we turn around, Now you're seeing just the living room into the kitchen there. And you see it's really quite nice space. I think we have a new floor plan, and if we haven't sent it to you, we should do that. Okay, we'll walk from the living room into the kitchen. Now this is not quite as bright a room because the window is facing the back of the building. And I think this is the room you were concerned about. Ceramic tiles, lots of cabinets, very good water pressure again, drains nicely. So big enough for a table. There's a pantry in the back and the remnants of a butler's pantry here. If I walk to the back door, which I will show you more completely later, these stairs go down to the laundry. Big pantry. So there's just a ton of storage here. This could be used for anything. This person evidently cooks quite a bit. Then we have more shelves here and more drawers here. There's a little bit of space back there. Nice full-size fridge, freezer on top. Everything else underneath. We have a butter drawer or butter dish, and I can't even think what we call them. I was going to call them cold cut drawers, but that's not really right. So just there's in natural light. If we were to turn on the light, you see it's quite bright. And again, we can look at the cabinets, which are standard maple cabinets, about 2 feet high. These are about a foot square over the stove hood. 2 feet high, 2 shelves in this one. Underneath is going to be dry and usable for storage. To the left, you have a nice deep cabinet, so you can use bigger items, bowls, pots and pans, Keurigs, that kind of thing. There are a couple of drawers which are super convenient. There you go, second drawer. Outlet. Stove hood is really nice. It's got a filter, which is actually very effective. That's a 20 micron filter, so it would filter cigarette smoke. Nice clean stove. Tenant is a good tenant. This obviously needs to be cleaned, but it's full size and we will certainly clean it. Radiator, and again the back door down to the laundry, which I will show you much more detail, but this is a very big, very complete kitchen. And what's nice about it is you can fit multiple people in here. So if you were to entertain, you could easily have them in here while you were doing your preparations, whatever they were, which is a really nice. Many vintage apartments don't have that. Okay, so we've seen the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom. We'll walk back towards the front door. We'll go past the closet we've already seen, and we'll go into the bedroom. The bedroom, again, no light on, just the natural light. Oops. You can see she's got some big furniture. Her bed is just a full-size bed. We'll close the door for a second, get a better look at everything. The room is probably 11 feet by 9.5 feet, something like that. So it's really just an average-sized bedroom. But there's plenty of room for whatever you want to put in here. And again, if we look at the back of the building, which is what the kitchen was facing as well, we see it's got a couple of sidewalks. So it's nice and clean back there. And then we have a nice big closet. There's no door on the closet. And this is not the best housekeeping, but you've got hanging bars on both sides, hooks in the back, and shelves. Again, this is deeper than some closets, probably 30, 32 inches deep by about maybe as much as 4 feet wide. One more time around. So you can sort of see the space. The whole apartment are these beautiful hardwood floors. The building is in very, very good shape. So if we come out of the bedroom, we'll go past the closet, the entry closet, take one more look at the living room. I'll just open the door real quick, show you the bathroom again, which is super bright. And that brings us back to the front door. Thank you for watching.